I just had a quick question for you about, since it's the beginning of a brand new year, do you have any event or anything that sticks out for you in 2018 that you'd like to tell us about?
Water.
Well,
Water will always be the #1 project in the city of Enid, Oklahoma. We're on our way. We're gathering the money, and the project should be finalized in about 4 years. So we have a lot of work to do.
Do you sense that the state of Oklahoma is watching Enid during this process? Because we're talking a $300+ million water pipeline project, moving water from the east part of the state to the west part of the state. Do you feel like we're in a fishbowl and other communities that need water as the resource, they're watching Enid, how they pull this off?
They are definitely watching Enid and with our water project, and the city manager gets calls and I get calls to ask about different things that are happening with the water program. Oklahoma City is even doing the same thing, and we compare notes with them and they compare notes with us.
Sure.
They're pumping theirs from Lake Sardis, which I think is about 100 miles
Yep.
northeast of Oklahoma City.
And their pipeline is 6 foot
Yes.
diameter. I've been in some conversations with Oklahoma City folks as well, with my counterpart down there in the public relations world, and yeah, it's similar. Water is the new gold, as they say. Well, let's look at 2019 real quick, Mayor. Your term will end up in May, I guess.
May the 6th.
May the 6th. But who's counting, right? May
No,
6th.
that's my charter.
And so for 2019, what does the commission face? What are some key issues?
Well, we've got a hotel that we hope to see finished somewhere around July or August, and we're building a new terminal at Enid Woodring Airport.
That's right.
And they will work along with Vance Air Force Base, and they are out of the ground with the new terminal, and they will bring in the new terminal, and they will demolish the terminal that is there now.
And it certainly needs to be updated.
Yes, yes.
yeah, switching off, kind of going back to your experience before mayor. You were a banker before being mayor, correct?
Only for 52 years.
Yeah. How did that help you with your term as mayor?
Well, that helps because you have to be organized and you have to work as a team, which we have done with the city council. And it helps because the team that you're working with, you have to depend on them to do their job. And in Enid, Oklahoma, that is a very, very good plus for us. Everybody cooperates and sees different jobs completed. That part of being the mayor is a lot of fun. We do a lot of things right in Enid, Oklahoma.
Well, 2018 was a big year for Enid and also for you personally. The Mayor's Council of Oklahoma had this selection process, and lo and behold, they said Mayor Bill Shewey is the Oklahoma Mayor of the Year. So the question is, what does that recognition from a statewide organization, what does that mean to Bill Shewey?
It was a surprise. And
some of us worked hard to keep it a surprise,
yeah,
you know?
that happened. My entire family kept it a surprise. And when you're voted on by your peers, it makes it a very special award.
And I think on the other side of that, it was fun for us. I know Derek Silas, myself, was involved in that process of dealing with your family behind the scenes. It was kind of awkward, trying to keep things secret from the mayor, but it was really fun for us. So.
It was. And I happen to be on the OML board, and I get a lot of input from them and help all of the cities and towns in the state of Oklahoma. And that's 470
Right.
that are a part of the Oklahoma Municipal League.
Well, we're certainly proud of you as the 2018 Mayor of the Year for the state of Oklahoma.
Yes, and you definitely deserved it.
Thank
You've
you.
done wonderfully. What caused you to want to run for mayor back before you started?
Well, I had
That was a polite question because she was going to say, "What were you thinking?" You know, so.
no, I really hadn't thought about it. I was still working at the Central National Bank, And my family said, my grandkids especially said, Papa, you need to run for mayor. I said, well, I hadn't even given that any thought, but I was getting ready to retire, so I thought, you know, I'll try it and see what happens. Well, they were the hardest workers. They were all in high school at the time. They've all graduated from high school now, and two of them from college. So we put together some information, and lo and behold, on the first day of December, I signed to be a candidate for the mayor of Enid, Oklahoma. Well, I grew up in a little town called Orienta.
Mm-hmm.
It's 6 miles north of Fairview in a farming community. And my wife said, you know, your dad, your granddad was the mayor of Orienta, Oklahoma, and your dad was called the mayor of Orienta, Oklahoma. And Orienta is a population of 5 people when we were all home. We could all meet at the breakfast table. So I thought, you know, I could do that. Orienta was a population of 5, Enid population of 50,000. A little different, but it's kind of a catchy phrase.
Well, Mayor, I am one person that knows, along with many, of the work behind the scenes that you do. Being mayor is a lot more than showing up every Tuesday to city council meetings and preside over meetings. There's a lot of preparation meetings that you go to. There's a lot of boards that you serve on, a lot of reading, just a lot of preparation. And you mentioned being a grandfather and grandkids just a few moments ago. So when your term ends, Mayor, or excuse me, in May 2019, what are you going to do with your free time?
I
Any thoughts?
haven't given that a whole lot of thought, to be honest with you. I have another 4 months to fill out my term, second term, so something will come along, but I'm just concentrating on what we do in Enid, Oklahoma right now.
If I may, to tag on to this question, what are some of the things that people may not know? It's kind of the behind-the-scenes mayor stuff that you do.
Well, being on 8 boards of directors, you have a lot of meetings. You actually know a little bit about a whole lot of what's going on in Enid and Northwest Oklahoma. And a lot of it is confidential, and we all have to abide by that on the city council.
And it's one thing to keep in mind that I think it's real easy for us to forget. If we stay in Garfield County all the time, we lose sight that we're the 9th largest city in the state of Oklahoma.
That's exactly right.
And if we just stay here all the time, we don't realize how other communities are looking at us.
Yeah.
But so what, we're the 9th largest? Well, it's big business.
It is.
Big business.
We have I noticed we have a population of a little over 52,000, close to 53,000, and that was more than a year ago when we were at that level. We serve a lot of customers, a lot of people in Northwest Oklahoma. You hear anywhere from 130,000 to 150,000 people. We're very important to the Northwest part of the state.
We're the hub of the wheel, is that right?
That is correct.
Politely, I say
Could not have said it better myself, but we are the hub.
I would never have guessed that we were that big of a city. That's very impressive. Do you have any recommendations, since all the elections are going to be coming up? Do you have any recommendations for people who want to run for a city government position?
Well, we have
Excuse me.
several that are running right now, and the election, I think, is February the 12th, and it will be a very positive election. We have 3 running for mayor, 2 running for Ward 5, and got one more. Didn't draw an opponent.
What is one of the key ingredients for the Enid City Commission to work together? There's such a diverse background, diverse education, diverse upbringing, but yet there's a common thread of working together. Have you been able to determine what that key ingredient is for everybody to get along?
Well, we do work together. Can't say that. We do work together very well, and we're able to discuss things and agree, not to disagree, and that part of working together is the way I've been trained all of my life, from grade school, junior high school, and working with people. And to me, it's a lot of fun to see things get accomplished. And the only way they get accomplished is to work together. And, you know, it's an old phrase, but you have to work together and enjoy what you're doing. In the case of being on the city council, you obviously sign up to do the job. And you pay your money and you run for the election. It's the process of democracy.
Mayor, we have about a minute to go. The State of the City address will be coming up a little bit earlier this year. It'll be your last one in April. For those who have not attended a State of the City address, what is it all about?
It's all about Enid, Oklahoma. And it's well attended, and we talk about some of the accomplishments that we've had in Enid, Oklahoma, but we also talk about some of the things that we haven't gotten accomplished. But that's a long list that goes into the future, and we have a lot of things on the program right now to get things accomplished. And the longest one that I'm aware of right now is the water program from Call Lake, and that stretches out to 2050 right now. This is 2019, so we will always have that as a project to work on, and others will arise in the future.
Mayor Bill Shewey, thank you very much for being with us today. We
Thank you.
appreciate it very much.
Thank you.